Hey everyone, it's Sylveria, and I just wanted to talk about what originally inspired me to learn more about game art and 3D art. And it also ties into what I'm currently doing for my personal project, so I thought that'd be kind of a cool tie-in to kind of talk about the backstory there. But yeah, so I know, shocker, but I actually got really inspired by WoW when I first started playing. I know, you wouldn't have guessed it, I'm sure. But yeah, so I started playing WoW back in 2005. I was in college at the time, and I was trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to do as a career. I wanted to do something creative, but I didn't know what that was. And then I was introduced to WoW, and which I had no idea that MMOs even existed. I didn't know what they were. But for whatever reason, I guess the thought didn't cross my mind until I was in college playing WoW that, hey, I wonder if this is something that maybe I could learn how to do, which there at the time were not any schools that offered game design. That was a fairly new thing. There weren't, I don't know, it just wasn't very accessible as it is now. There was not as much information available back then, so it really was just it was a mystery to me. I had no idea what, how any of that was done. But I just remember walking up the ramp to the top of the tree and talking to NPCs for the quests and just being super impressed by the environment and how just in depth it was, and I just remember being in just awe. I loved the color palette, the music, the night elves, everything about it was amazing except for the PvP part. That was terrible. I still don't like PvP. And it kind of tied that into my current project, the idea of, okay, I need to have a project and it needs to wow somebody enough to where it would impress them, to where then they would see me as somebody on their team, somebody would want to hire me as a full-time artist. So I wanted to kind of recreate that, I guess. I don't know. I just wanted to so I kind of went back to what wowed me to, I don't know, even want to pursue the idea of working in art in games in particular, because I've always been interested in art, always been interested in games, but I never really put the two together and had that as a goal. So I just decided to choose Shadowglen, and then the thing is that you can't just rehash the old, you have to create something new. So I basically had to change the setting, and so the interesting part too is that I'm creating characters, the environment, props, and in order to have this work and have a story in it, I had to kind of make my own story, because it turns out that the leader of Shadowglen, Tanarin, I think I'm saying that right, Stormgrip, and he actually doesn't really have a lot of backstory or lore. From what I could find, there really wasn't much at all. And then also, because I was going to move Shadowglen into Crystal Song Forest, there's some ruins there, actually, Night Elf ruins. They're called Shandaro. I don't know how to say that. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. But yeah, so there's the Shandaro ruins, and they're Night Elf ruins, and again, not too much information about the lore there either. So I just kind of had to come up with my own story, which I actually was working on that this past weekend, was creating my own story, or a backstory. And then I also decided to flip the fact that Tanarin is a male night elf to female night elf, and so that was kind of fun. I kind of came up with a new name, which was for her, which is Tanaria. So yeah, and just kind of with the backstory. I'm still working on it, so I'm not gonna like share that yet, but I think it'll be pretty cool, because it'll also explain like why some of the trees in Crystal Forest are, you know, made of crystal, and it'll maybe help explain what happened with the ruins, and yeah, so it'll be really cool. Really cool backstory, I think. But I'm still working on it, so I'll save that for another time when I have it more nailed down. So yeah. Or I can share that if y'all want to know what it is. So yeah, just let me know in the comments if you're curious to know what my backstory is for my art project. But it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting challenge to put Shadowglen in Crystal Forest with all the different, like, because you have the area where it's, you know, it's not corrupted, it's kind of got like a fall theme, and then you've got the other section of it which is like crystallized, and you got another section which has snow, so it has a bunch of different like landscaping, which will be fun to work with in a little small area. And then I also kind of thought about making the big tree Aladosh, I don't know how to say it either. Alderasil? I don't know. So, I don't know. I might make that kind of a crystallized tree, or I might keep it the same and just add some runes on the side of it. So I haven't really decided yet if I'm gonna completely revamp that world tree, or what, I don't know. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell button so you also get notified whenever I upload a video, and leave me a comment. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!